You are watching my favorite YouTuber, CHI Double Hockey Sticks Monger. How you doing, Darius?
I'm good. How are you?
I had no idea what I was doing.
Well, I hear a background noise. I hear some robotic stuff. Are we okay, technically? I don't hear anything.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay. A few days removed from the Black Snake reveal. Right now, I have to say, I don't see Snape. I see Black Snape. I think that's just how my brain is wired. But Harry Potter has been on the back burner today. We're just going to cover another franchise we love called the Avatar franchise. We're going to cover a little bit out of Supergirl, and then we'll go spend the majority on Avengers Doomsday and Dune. Dune is getting the IMAX screens, which doesn't really mean anything to me. I mean, I know IMAX enhances the view and everything. I'm not discrediting that. But for the amount that it enhances, it's like, oh, okay, I'll guess I'll see it in 3D instead, or I'll see it in 2D instead. It doesn't change anything for me. I'm not that film buffy to know, oh man, it's not an IMAX. But Avengers is coming and maybe running. What do you think?
I'm opposite. A big film like Doomsday, I would want to see in an IMAX screen. So the possibilities of it moving are great.
Would it move earlier or later? Earlier, probably.
I would supposedly take Jumanji's spot.
Cleve says, I'm Black Snape. Xavier says, what's up, fellas? Hey, how do you do? What it do? How do you do? Let's go with Netflix, bro. Netflix is the big story of today that I saw, and they're going to be increasing their prices. The new standard ad tier is $8.99. Okay, it's fine. They're going to play a little ad. You'll have to get up, go to the restroom, maybe. You know what I mean? Like it's not a killer. The standard in Netflix without the ads, you got to pay $11 more with $19.99. Before we get to the next tier, I don't think $11 worth a month is what's worth getting ad free. I think you pay a little $3 extra to get it ad free, but bumping it up to 11 is crazy. But there are people with money who are willing to do it, and so there you go. Which tier do you have if you have Netflix?
It might be that $19.99 one.
Why do you choose that instead of the ad tier?
I don't know. I don't really know how to answer that. It has ads.
Wait, standard has ad?
No, you said, why do I choose the standard tier over the ad tier?
Yeah, you told me you paid the $19.99 one, so I thought it wasn't the ad tier. So you pay for the ad tier, not the $19.99 one.
No, I don't pay for the ad tier. I pay for the $19.99 one.
Do you have ads?
No.
Okay, so
No.
why did you choose to go the route that doesn't have ads instead of saving a little money and watching ads?
So that goes back to what I said. I don't know how to answer that because it has ads. That's why. Who wants to watch ads?
No, that is an answer. That's an answer, and it's worth the extra cost because your time is so precious to you. You'd rather just pay it up. I got you. Like there is a price for everybody. I'm sure rich people in a 3-story home with a 2-car garage are not paying the ad tier. They're like, what? Why would I do that? Here's a little bit of extra change. It is what it is. I know you're not rich. I don't know. I'm not gonna say you're poor either, but I know you're not a rich guy. So like you're gonna make decisions like this, and you decided your time is worth it. I guess that you don't want to sit through ads.
Yeah, I don't have ads on any of my streaming services. I'm about to not have ads on YouTube. No ads.
Yeah, I don't have. I used to have Netflix. I've canceled it. I'll re-up it at some point in my life. I know I will. And I do also not want to watch ads if I have the choice. And I don't know, $11 extra. Yeah, I'm not gonna pay for the ad tier because I really wanna see what I wanna see without the ads. I've never done the ad tier, and whenever I have the choice to choose to watch ads, I just no, why would I do that? That's the point. That's what commercials are for TV. This is streaming, bro. The streaming and ads don't work for me. So I see the price. How does everyone in chat feel about that? And then there's the premium, which is 4K and multiple more screens, so you can share it with your girlfriend, your best friend. Everyone can go on and watch it on the premium tier, and everyone's got that friend in the community who does the premium tier and is generous. That's different. Like the 19.99 to the 24.99, that jump, that's different. It's not that big of a difference, really. You know, like, do you ever watch something and you go, "Thank God this is not in 1080 and it's in 4K pixels"? Do you ever say that?
No. Um, no, standard's good enough for me.
Perp Minded gives premium. I get Netflix and HBO for 10 through Verizon. It doesn't matter to me. Ads is time out of your day. So I get why some would choose the premium tier. Yeah, right. And Perp is encouraging you to get this YouTube premium. I canceled Netflix back when they first started increasing the price. You were alone, Xavier. If we were all like you and we all like showed them this is not smart, this will cost you, they would never introduce ads again. But look at us. Video games community did the same thing. They all did the microtransactions, and that's why microtransactions are still here. We should have initially said, no, we're not doing it. We're not going to pay for Xbox Live anymore. We're not, but we did, and we have the situation we got now.
Is YouTube Premium the one that's like 50 something bucks?
That sounds like YouTube TV. 50 a month?
Oh, wrong thing. How much is YouTube Premium? Is that the one without ads? The one that's like 14 bucks?
That sounds like the right price. Every NBA finals, they always promote it.
Nice.
You doing it live on stream? You're gonna get that YouTube Premium right now?
No, I'm not paying $24.99 or YouTube Premium right now. I'm thinking Netflix. No, I'm not doing YouTube Premium right now, but I am going to do it.
I'm canceling every streamer, and I don't feel like I'm missing anything really. What you do miss out on is the chance to vote with your watch time to continue a show. So if you really do like whatever Netflix does, WWE, everything else, and you want to encourage them to continue giving you that, you got to watch it on their streamer. They don't know that you're pirating it. Yeah. Good afternoon, fam. Good afternoon, Professor. If you really like Ianu, you watch it on HBO Max.
Yeah, their price increase, and it's going up to $19.99, or is that what it currently is?
That's what they're raising it to again.
What is it now? I feel like I pay that now.
Maybe after taxes, it's 19.
I thought it was $19.99. Maybe, I don't know, but I will say, Netflix. I don't spend a lot of time on Netflix unless there's a new show that drops or something. I spend more time on HBO Max or Tubi, mainly YouTube.
A lot of YouTube. Because there's the live streamers that I tend to be watching. You know, like whenever Blue has a live, when I see Den of Nerds doing a live stream, I'll tune into that. And then there's people who just do videos too. Star Wars Meg.
Yeah, I'm always on YouTube more than anything. But Netflix has got to slow down. People are probably still going to keep buying, but we'll see. I guess I'm about to possibly get rid of mine. Not sure. I don't spend a lot of time on Netflix. Not as much as I used to.
They're still top dog. They're still the winners. They're still the guy, the standard in the industry. And they don't have Stranger Things anymore. So that's a blow. That's a big blow.
I don't know why they're doing this animated Stranger Things. I mean, I knew about that a while ago, but don't know. It's literally, I think, just Stranger Things, but animated.
Tubi eventually start charging. Only matter of time. Their ads be OD. OD. What does OD mean? Overdraft?
No. I don't have any ads on anything. I don't have ads on HBO. I don't have ads on... Actually, I have ads on Disney, but that's by mistake. I picked the wrong tier.
Did you watch Daredevil yet?
I did watch the first episode. It was good. The big shift from what they were doing. So I like it so far.
Tell me when Luke Cage comes. Actually, Twitter will tell me. I don't need to watch this show.
Yeah, no, you don't need to watch the show. Unless you're wanting to watch it, you don't need to. It's there. It's so far better than last season. That's all I can say.
Mm-hmm. See, Netflix, the Netflix version of those Daredevil shows and all them guys, maybe they need to return to them. Maybe they need to hire everyone who was there for that. Sadie thinks Jean Grey will reportedly have a new visual representation and will incorporate more VFX than previous versions. Her powers are set to look similar to the X-Men 97 version.
They say she signed a 5-year picture deal, supposedly. I think this is according to my time. She signed a 5-year picture deal. They say she is indeed...
Year or 5 picture? I don't get it.
5-year picture? Not 5 year. 5 picture deal. And she truly is Jean Grey, is what they say. She truly is Jean.
5 isn't enough for me. 7, 8, maybe. But sure, 5 it is. She could always die, right? And you get another telepath in here. She's Jean Grey. She does die.
Yeah, she'll be in quite a bit, I'm sure.
Hey, what about if those 5 pictures are not like, full roles, and one of them is just to be in the movie at the end of another movie, and they say, look, we're going to use you for 3 minutes of screen time. That's okay, right? Okay, that's one of your picture deals. I hope not. I hope those 5 are considerable roles.
Right.
Look, I'm happy to have Jean Grey. What she looks like is fine, because X-Men 97 is basically off of the comic book look, so they're not going to be in leather. That's another good news story there. So far, so good. How they explain Jean Grey is in the MCU will need... that's what's going to make me angry. Because what the hell? How could mutants be here, right? Technically, mutants are already here because there was a She-Hulk episode with the guy who jumped off of the building. Technically. But who cares? There's just not enough prestige on a Disney Plus show. This explanation's important to me. And, Kamala Khan also. She's allegedly she's a mutant because they played the music. I guess technically not confirmation. It's not 100% certain. But I mean, look what happened in comic books when even Iman Vellani herself is writing comic books where Kamala Khan is a mutant. So she's a mutant. Mutants exist on TV. In live action, in the films, the only mutant we have was Wolverine, but he wasn't even in the MCU. He was in different universes doing his thing because Deadpool had the thing, the TV. It was different. So to see why Jean Grey is here needs explaining in this universe.
Explaining they're probably not going to give. You probably won't get any expose on the why, what, when, where on the X-Men until the Mutant Saga. I don't see them diving into here's where the X-Men have been. Pause for 15 minutes out of the Spider-Man movie.
Not gonna happen. No.
She's just gonna be there.
Whatever, bro. Secret Wars just clean this up. Secret Wars is so a solution for every problem. You just go, oh, all the universe is encouraged. No existence doesn't exist anymore. So when we fix the problem, whatever world we have is the world we have. Don't even got to think about it.
The reset.
Hello.
The
I enjoyed They Will Kill You. I wonder if Zazie did her own fighting and stunts. Zazie Beats. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, right.
Good.
So it was good. Speaking of Blues House. Was good, people. They Will Kill You was awesome. Ready or Not 2 sucked. What day do you think you want? When are you okay with talking about They Will Kill You? I haven't seen it yet, but I'll make sure to go see it in the movie theater and come back here. What day do you want to cover that?
Oh, They Will Kill You is not one I plan on going to see.
Scream 7?
Am I going to see Scream 7? Well, I didn't see 6 or 5.
Super Mario? Michael?
I'm seeing those. Mario, Michael. But They Will Kill You? No, it's not one that I was going to go see.
You got 3 recommendations in our chat right now. Does that change your mind?
No, I've seen the trailer.
Okay. You don't 6 or 5 to watch 7? You mean Scream 7?
I don't want to watch 7. I don't want to watch 7. Okay. I like Scream, but don't want to see it. Not once. I don't know. I was never interested in the Scream reboot. I did watch the Netflix, so I liked it. But that's it.
Okay. I guess we're not going to be covering They Will Kill You then. Not on this stream. I'll just make an individual video if I ever cover it. Discussing Film now tells us that the first look at Michael Fassbender as Joe Kennedy Sr. in an upcoming biopic series about the Kennedys, described as the U.S. version of The Crown, coming soon to Netflix. Why do you care about this?
Because I love The Crown. And I love biopics, bio series, things like that. The Crown was amazing, all seasons. That last one was a little rocky, but The Crown was great. And the Kennedys are my favorite presidential family to grace the White House. Lots of drama with them. So this series will have lots of drama in it. If you saw the original Kennedy series, I expect it to be that, but times 10. So this is going to be good. And him as Joe Kennedy, that I bet Michael Fassbender is going to kill that. Joe Kennedy was insane. So this is going to be a good show. If you know anything about the Kennedys, it's going to be a good show.
Michael Fassbender, young Ian McKellen. What's he been in other than X-Men that you've seen him in and you like him in? Right?
I don't know. What has Michael Fassbender been in? Oh, well, only other thing I can think of Michael Fassbender off the top of my head is playing Master Epps on 12 Years a Slave.
300.
Something. Is he in 300? I like him a lot. I like him better than Ian McKellen as Magneto.
Those Kennedys will never not be good TV.
I'm telling you.
What about that one Kennedy who speaks this way?
I'm telling you, the Kennedys are the equivalent to the royal family. They're America's equivalent to the royal family.
Which royal family?
Drama.
England royal family?
Which royal family? Yeah, the royal family.
I don't try not to honor the colonizer. I thought you were talking about William and the other ones, but I don't know for sure. And I feel like asking it diminishes their power. So, which royal family was a necessary question, Darius?
They have no power. What power do they have? How do they have over you or I? They have no power.
No,
And
in
from my
Canada,
friends, from friends that I have in that live in London, they always tell me they're just figureheads.
they collect our tax dollars. They're more than figureheads. I want his backstory too. Huh? Oh, he's been in Prometheus also.
Whose backstory? Joe Kennedy's?
Yeah.
Joe Kennedy's backstory is dark because he's a very evil, vile man that literally paid his son's way to the White House.
Robert F. Kennedy.
Yeah, there you go. They collect Canada's tax dollars. They have no power over us down here.
You said that the people in England say they don't have power over them. I'm not saying they have power over the United States.
The people in, yeah, I have friends in London that say that they're not really too much of anything.
That's one of the queens on our money. And then they said they're going to change it to another person on our money. Like the future money will have another person's head.
You said one of the queens.
I forget her name.
Elizabeth? The only she was the only one outside of Victoria.
Elizabeth II.
And then Elizabeth the First.
This is the second. And then they're going to change it to Prince Charles now.
Charles is sick, is he not? He has cancer, doesn't he? Pretty sure he has cancer. He's sick.
Yeah, okay.
He waited all that time for his mother to pass. And it doesn't seem like he'll be there too long. Pretty soon it'll be William. And I suspect William will be there for quite some time.
Which is the one with the woman from Suits? Harry?
That's Harry, but he abdicated from the family.
So he's not next in line? Like it'll go to somebody
He
else?
was never next in line. Well, he was next in line as long as William didn't have children, but William had kids. So Harry's like, what?
Okay.
If William was to die, and I think William has 3 sons, and his 3 sons were to die, then Harry could take the throne.
So it's unlikely, basically. 3 kids need to die. Like that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, war and things like that exist. So, but how long ago was an entire family of 3 people killed? Like, has that ever been practiced where lineage needs to go from one son to the other son? No, probably not. They excommunicated Harry because he got with a mixed race woman.
Yeah, but he also abdicated. He said he didn't want anything to do with them.
Right. It's what they say publicly is probably to save face. I think the way that Blue got it is right.
No, that is right. But I'm saying he still said he abdicated. That's what it's called. It's not like it's not something he just said publicly just to say it. He literally said, I denounce any of my royal titles, any of my royal. So he doesn't have any of that. He's just Harry. He's not Prince Harry. He's not. What are they? They are. What's their little royal? He's not the little royal last name. It's not any of that. He's just Harry. But that's why. It's because he got with Meghan Markle.
Yep. Michael Fassbender.
Show's gonna be great if it's anything like The Crown.
Boy Meets World, another great show. It's hard to believe I'm turning 99 tomorrow. I'm so grateful that staying connected with my fans has been so fulfilling in my later years. While I'm taking a pause on long distance travel, I'm still available on Cameo.
Over the years, I've enjoyed connecting with fans and friends through Cameo and at events. Thank you for keeping me young. So, keep it up, huh? Class dismissed.
I bet he ends every cameo
Over
like
the years,
that. Mr. Feeney Damn, what a great role to have. You remembered as an older principal. So when you see the guy, you don't go, "Oh, yeah, I remember when you were younger. Like you used to be a Power Ranger when you were younger. Now you're an old guy with grays." But this, you never aged out of being Mr. Feeney. That's crazy. Principal Feeney.
Yeah. That Boy Meets World is my all-time favorite show. All time. Yeah, it's my
More than
all-time
Naruto?
favorite show. Never seen an episode. All-time favorite show ever of is Boy Meets World. Mr. Feeney is an iconic character with iconic lessons and quotes and so many different things. So to see this man at 99, and his wife also played in the show. I think she's still living as well. His wife was the principal when they got to college. But yeah, it's great to see him still living and the cameos and things he made in that terrible reboot they did, Girl Meets World. But yeah, Mr. Feeney. Feeney. Like him a lot. What do you mean Dukes? Who's Dukes?
Is that the royal title, Dukes?
Oh no. It's not their last name.
Yeah. Who knows? Salute to Feeney. I did not watch Girl Meets World, but even though I didn't, Sabrina Carpenter came out of that show, so we have to give it its points for being a success. And for everyone who wants to see the continued of Corey and Sean and everyone, you got what you got.
No, that show was awful. Yeah, that show was not good.
His role in Grey's Anatomy was good too. Oh, Mr. Feeney was on Grey's? I probably saw the episode.
Really? I didn't know Mr. Feeney was on Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. For a episode, sure. Like he was one of the patients, but not in like a long arc, right? They got repeat patients every now and again. You know, it'd be cool since Grey's Anatomy has been going on for so long. What if they had an episode where someone who they worked on as a kid, now that actor's older, and goes, "I want to be a doctor now because of what you did, Meredith. You fixed me up, and I'm here because you probably don't remember, but it was 2010, and I was ailing from this and that, and that's my first day." You know, something like that. Right. And Abbott's Elementary, one of the students can become a teacher too, something like that.
Yeah.
Yo, do we have a lag? Like when I say stuff, it feels like you take a little longer to respond. Is that because we're lagging?
No, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna say something and then I'm gonna ask you to respond immediately. So what is 1 + 1?
2.
Yeah, there is a lag. Hear you. It's not that you don't hear me, it's that it takes a little bit of a time before you answer back. So I felt like there's been quiet for a little bit.
Or maybe it's that I'm just talking, maybe I'm talking slow, but I definitely... Oh, that's the face sculpt they used? No, I can hear you. You said what's 1 + 1? Say it again. I can say it faster. 1 + 1,
cool.
2.
Okay, I'll ask you again. What's 1 + 1?
It's 2. I need to see something.
It could be faster. I'm gonna leave and come back too, guys. Please bear with us. Back at it. Ooh, made me think of the pit at 9/11. They're not running. They just want to use IMAX because that's more money towards the box office. Whether we call it running or not, they started this fight, Avengers, because December 18th was gonna be the Dune 3 time slot, and Avengers had July or May, something early. Now they moved to December 18th, thinking that they could bully Dune 3, and I thought, of course, Dune 3 is gonna move. Dune 3 would be stupid not to move. Well, it turns out Avengers is thinking of moving. What a twist. Marcus is somewhere in Ohio celebrating, like, told you guys, But this is an interesting development. I think
He would still
he can
be
still be wrong.
wrong.
I think it's for Dune to move. I think they should do the right thing and the smart thing rather and move because they are in the right. They were there first. They booked that date. They have the contract.
That's not what. Hey, let's preference this. That is not why Marvel's moving. So Marvel is not moving because they are scared of that date or that they are scared of Dune or whatever. If you are since we love numbers, if we're looking at numbers, Doomsday is still projected, even at the date that they are still currently at, because they haven't moved yet. It's still projected to make more than Dune 3. I don't know why anybody thinks that Dune 3 is going to make more than Doomsday, regardless of what you feel about Marvel in the past 5 years. This is a different lane, whole different film. They're moving because they don't have an IMAX showing. And Jumanji had an IMAX showing. So since Jumanji's moving, let's take the IMAX showing. I'm moving because they're scared of whatever Dune is doing. Oh, I do have it.
Yes, the IMAX screens are important. Dune had inked. The ink has dried. Dune was getting the IMAX screens. For some reason, Marvel and Avengers said, we're going to have December 18th anyways, thinking that they could bully Dune out the way, which could still happen. And Dune could say, well, we're just going to move and we'll get IMAX screens somewhere else, which could still really happen. We are 8 months away from this date, 9 months away. So it could still happen. Nothing's certain, but just seeing chatter of Avengers might move their dates interests me.
They'll likely announce that they're moving that date at, what is it? What's the con coming up in a few days? Is it Cinema?
Yeah.
CinemaCon. They'll probably announce it at CinemaCon.
Avengers will announce or Dune will announce?
No, Avengers will announce that they are moving to that IMAX date. That IMAX screening date.
Would it be earlier or would it be later?
It'd be later. It'd be Jumanji moved to Christmas Day. So since they moved, Dune, it's projected. This is what it says. I sent it in the deal. Let me see.
Did Jumanji move forward or behind?
They moved to Christmas Day.
From where?
I don't know what the original. It was before Christmas. Is what the original date was. I don't know what the date was though.
Okay, then Jumanji left an opening.
This deal here says, as of right now, Avengers Doomsday is scheduled to hit theaters on December 18, 2026. However, that same day, Warner Brothers will release Dune Part 3 as a part of the result of this film. The film will not be playing in IMAX because Dune had already booked all the IMAX screens. However, the film now has a chance to play in IMAX because Jumanji 4 was originally supposed to open a week earlier on December 11th. But then it got delayed to Christmas Day. So I'm wondering if Disney will move Doomsday to December 11th so they can play a week in IMAX.
Dog, they all work together. I think if Jumanji moved, it's because Disney got on the phone and told them, please move so we could just solve it because WB's not budging. For some reason, they're not allowing us to bully them off of their Dune date. There you go. They get their IMAX and we get the movie a little bit earlier. It's a win. I like it.
I've never believed that. I've always held that stance and I'm going to continue to hold that stance. Marvel is not afraid of Dune. Now,
okay,
if this were the Marvels or if this were the Thunderbolts or something, they'd probably say, okay, let's back the fuck off. let's give them this because we are going to get blown the fuck out. We're talking about Avengers. And this is not just any Avengers film.
Okay, I'm not trying to say they're afraid of them. I'm trying to say what you said earlier, that having IMAX showings for this movie just means more money. And that's what's better business-wise, and that's what they'll do. Not because they're afraid of Dune, but because IMAX screenings mean more money. So they'll move it earlier. And that's just good news. If this is to believe to be true from this Reddit post here.
Yes.
This one.
Off topic. I'm sitting here doing this while we're on screen. I'm making an old man apocalyptic Avengers team lineup. They're all going to be old. I get bored.
You get Blue Marvel.
I get bored. It's got to be. Hey, I could put Blue Marvel on there, couldn't I? I didn't even think about that. He is old.
Pretty old. What
just
does
don't want him in that
projected
outfit.
mean? Pre-sales? Confirmed numbers? Projected means someone who covers this stuff projected it. Sometimes the studios themselves will do projections, and usually they're below what they really think it'll do, because if they ever perform poorly, they'll be like, no, we only projected it would make this many. James Gunn does that shit all the time, telling us about how Superman did really good, and then we saw them DC or Warner Brothers was at Congress, where you're sworn in and you can't lie, and the way that he spoke about Superman was as if it didn't make as much as they wanted it to make. He was quoted. It was interesting, but
Yeah,
that's
here's
just the
the
box
thing,
office. That's such a
Did
we
you-
are lagging because I started talking right when you started talking. It's a lag. Can you leave and then return, or
I don't think there's a lag, but I because I can hear you straight on. I don't think there's a lag. I get what you're saying. Maybe
A
there's
delay?
a lag
Do you
on
know what
your
I
end
mean?
then.
Yeah, when I
Maybe
say-
there's a delay on your end then. Then you leave and come back, because I don't think it's on my end.
okay? I tried
But
leaving.
did
and
you is this the one you pulled up already?
where?
This what's on the screen.
Assuming Doomsday is good. Okay, what about it?
I think with that, with assuming Doomsday is good, I'm not, not hyping Doomsday or saying that it's going to be phenomenal, because I have no idea. I'm not even excited for Doomsday, because they're haven't given me any reason to be excited for Doomsday. But if I had the red pill, blue pill in one hand, and you told me Doomsday or Dune, who did you want to see first? I'm going to see Doomsday. But with what you just said there, I think the main thing is okay. So here's a better example. Henry. You probably don't know who Henry is. For those of you that have been here, you guys know Henry's my little producer person. He's one of my best friends, known us since second grade. Henry doesn't give a flying shit about any of this. He didn't give a shit about Doomsday at all. Even with the X-Men, even with all the stuff, that he still doesn't care. I mean, that's just not Henry's. Just like, he's gonna go see it with me, but he's like, he'll give his stuff. He'll come out and say, oh yeah, that was pretty good, or but he's not like, oh my god. But he was having a conversation, he said, with people at work. And he said the topic was, I guess, movies, and somehow they got on Avengers Doomsday. And he said they are kind of, all the people he was talking to are just like him. They have seen some of the superhero movies. They haven't watched a lot of, he said, I think a lot of them haven't seen any of them since like Endgame. A lot of them, he said, some of them saw the Deadpool, Wolverine stuff. He said, but that's about it. He said they're not connected like that. He said one of the guys said, I know the X-Men are in this one, and that's about the only thing that's really driving me to see it. I'm just really curious. So regardless of if we know initially if it's good or not based from the trailers, curiosity, I think, is going to be something that draws a lot of people to Doomsday. You got people, again, that have been out of this thing since probably before Endgame, that probably haven't seen anything since James Marsden last put on the glasses as Scott, and it's like, holy crap, James Marsden's back as, oh, let's go see this. I mean, it's just, Marvel has done something cinematically that has never been done before with their universe. And if they pull this off, as far as from what we know, just from leaks, rumors, and things like that, by pulling in almost every person that has donned a Marvel role, even outside the MCU, for Secret Wars and Doomsday, then I mean, what are we even talking about? That's, yeah. So I don't see Dune beating Doomsday.
No, not happening at all. Even if it's the same day, it's not happening. 100% not happening. With IMAX, with VMAX and RMAX, any max, Doomsday wins over Dune. But more money could be made if Avengers was screening on IMAX, and that's why they would be interested in moving. I kind of like that Dune is not moving, because who do you guys think you are, Avengers? You can't just come here and bully everyone around. Go bully Jumanji or go work something out. Well, we're sticking around. If this turns out the way it's going to turn out. If it doesn't, though, and if it does happen on the same day, maybe Dune, maybe you guys might need to pull it. I know in the end of the trailer, Dune 3 coming December 18. I know you guys said that, but it's so far in advance that who cares if you change the date? I'm sure you guys did not print posters and things that are going to go on sidewalks and things with the dates that you got to reprint now. I'm sure you haven't even done those yet. So just change your date, Dune, if you have to. But holding your ground right now makes you guys look good. Congratulations to Dune 3. Doomsday's still doing reshoots and rewrites. Yep. That's when Halle Berry is going to join. Doomsday hasn't drummed up the excitement outside of MCU fans. Yes.
Who said that?
Erica.
I would agree with that, but I would still say that film is going to do better than anything that is placed beside it. And no, I'm sorry. The reason I was talking so slow is I was reading what Blue said too. He said, "Do I think that Dune is scared of Marvel? Absolutely not. But when we're talking in terms of storytelling, we're talking in terms of a journey here. We've all been on this journey with the MCU since 2008. When did we start the journey with Dune? What was that 2018? Forget when it was that we started the first Dune movie came out. I don't even think it was 2018. I think it was 2020 something when the first Dune film came out. And I'm not going to sit and pretend that I know the ins and outs of Dune. Did I get a little curious into the lore of Dune after the second Dune? Yeah. Did I watch a lot of lore YouTube videos after it? Yes, I did. From my understanding, it starts to go to shit in this third movie, in the third book, as far as writing, as far as the acceptance of the fandom and things like that. So if I was, again, comparing Dune to a Marvel movie as to the akin of Doomsday, no, what are we talking about?
Dune is not scared of Marvel. Dune is going to make lots of money themselves. However, because if they were to happen on the same day, it would probably cost them a few $1 million. And we're talking maybe 30 million, maybe 130 million. But because it's happening on the same day, do they want to make that 30 million and it'd be on different days? And the answer to these studios, these businesses, is yes. An additional 30 million. Sign me up. What do I got to do? Move a date? Okay, fine. Let's move it now. Let's figure it out now. The closer we get to December 18, the harder it is to move this and coordinate a marketing strategy. 2021. Yes, it did come out in 21. The first Dune. The real villain is revealed in Dune 3 or Dune Messiah. Hell yes. Kang's storyline not continuing, and Robert, what's that got to do with anything, Dragonfly Jones? The original Dune was
he's saying that kills his interest for Doomsday. That they're not doing Kang and it's RDJ.
CJH says Spidey will boost with normies. Someone in my family who doesn't really care about all this that says she's excited for Brand New Day because she watched No Way Home with me. She hates reboots.
Yeah, but that's Spider-Man. Spider-Man is not. I don't even. When we talk superhero movies, and obviously Spider-Man is a superhero, I never expect Spider-Man not to do good. I mean, especially in the MCU, I don't expect Spider-Man's films to not do good
and be good.
Look at the Miles Morales
his 3 movies.
Films.
Tom's 3 movies have been good. Andrew's movies, I'll give him the first one. I'll be iffy on the second one. But even the 3 ones with Toby, I thought all 3 were good also. Spider-Man has quality as well as popularity and making money.
That third Toby. Eesh.
I gave it a second viewing, especially when we were leading up to No Way Home and everyone was talking about it. And I gave it a second viewing, and I like it. 700 million without trying, probably. I think it wouldn't cost June jack. Spend more moving it. 2 different budgets. Marvel's spending $500 million, and Dune is from 150 to 200. I have read the Dune books, and yes, by book 3, it was crazy, and I couldn't finish it. Most people haven't read, so don't worry, Andre. I'll defend Amazing Spider-Man 2. Would you defend Amazing Spider-Man 2?
I'll always defend Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Always.
Those in our bubble highly regard Dune over the present day MCU, but I am curious what the normie audience will turn out to see first. You don't have to worry about it because apparently Avengers is moving, and we can see both, guys. You go to the movies on one day, and then in a couple weeks you go to the movies again.
This is true. This is true. Yeah, Doomsday still going to be, but we'll see. We're, like I said, I follow that page. I think we're 260 something days away. We'll see soon what's going to happen with the Doomsday. I wonder if they're going to show a trailer at CinemaCon. And will that trailer get out to the rest of the world? Or are they going to drop that trailer behind Spider-Man? Don't know, but they should drop that trailer soon. I would like to see that soon.
Yeah, they've been pretty quiet convention-wise, so something at CinemaCon may be the one.
Oh, you know what? It probably won't be a CinemaCon. They might show something to the audience at CinemaCon, like a snippet or something. They probably won't show anything big until San Diego Comic-Con. So it's July, August, September, October, November, December, 5 months before the movie. I doubt they'll wait 5 months to give a first trailer, but
Ooh, remember Wakanda Forever got their first trailer at Comic-Con for a November released movie. Yeah,
well, then maybe San Diego Comic-Con then, because they skipped the last two, so they need to come back with a bang.
They skipped 2?
Didn't they skip the last 2 San Diego Comic-Cons?
Wow. Yeah, we're due. No, they didn't skip 2. They skipped 1. Because I remember the Thunderbolts on screen on.
Oh, maybe it's just because it was underwhelming.
Yeah, but what could they do now? How could they whelm us? How do you get overwhelmed by a Marvel Comic-Con? Hey guys, I'm Kevin Feige. Okay, cool. You know, coming up on TV, Wonder Man, bring it back. Well, Yahya Abdul-Mateen, come here, Destin Daniel Cretton. Yeah, Wonder Man season 2. We're gonna start filming, guys. Here's something to get you ready for it. What do you do? Like, what does Marvel have? Avengers. That's it. That's one trailer.
That's it.
Too bad, because because they've got TV shows now, we should be more amped because they have more content. But the TV shows are lackluster, to me at least. To everyone at Hall H, they're all gonna celebrate. But to me, I'm gonna say, so what? Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man season 2. Yay!
Hey!
I'm gonna say
excited for that shit. I'm excited for it. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man season 1 was great. What do I need to talk about? What's there to talk about? I gushed about it when I first finished it. There's nothing to talk about. When they give me a second season or a trailer, then I'll gush some more. But I found it to be great, and I will say what I said then. That should be the blueprint for Spider-Man in the MCU.
Hey, after Secret Wars, they could say, actually, this is the universe that Spider-Man was in the whole time. After Secret Wars, that's a reset. Yeah.
They could.
Not gonna happen. But Eyes of Wakanda, maybe we get Nose of Wakanda announced. Maybe, who knows?
More of Wakanda.
They could say the word X-Men, but do they really want to do that before Doomsday comes out? No. So I don't expect any X-Men news coming out from this Comic-Con. Even announcing the director.
I would disagree.
What would they say?
I would disagree. They could announce director Jake officially, bring him on stage. I doubt they'll bring cast members or anything out, but they could bring him on stage, talk about whatever, talk about the Mutant Saga being what's next. Because outside of if you just show a Doomsday trailer at San Diego Comic-Con, I don't know how long they would take the stage, but what are you going to do for the rest of the time? Talk about, hey guys, thanks for coming. You look good. I mean, what are they going to do? Because Doomsday is it. Doomsday and Secret Wars are all they've got. So you would have to talk about the next phase. That's after the reboot. That would be so they would have to pull up something on the screen that says, even if we don't, because even every time they do that, we don't always get everything they pull up on the screen, but have some type of tentative timeline of, hey, this is next, and this is next, and this is next, and we're doing this. And there's no way they're just coming up there. Here's the Doomsday trailer. Peace out. See you in December.
That is honestly all they have. Like, they could say what you said. Yes, what you just said right now, I don't see it happening. But if Jake Schreier comes and says, everyone, I hope you're excited. If you like the X-Men, the next 3 years we'll have 3 mutant movies. We're not going to tell you what, but look forward to that, and we have a plan.
I bet you they drop. I bet you they drop names for movies for the mutant saga. I bet you they do, because again, you have to. There's nothing. You missed San Diego Comic-Con last year, and then I thought 2 years because you came out with the Thunderbolts, and I guess I don't even remember. You're saying Thunderbolts, so I'm going with that. So very underwhelming Comic-Con appearance 1 year, no appearance the next year. So it's got to be a bang this time around.
Yeah,
They would have to give something for the next phase.
Vision Quest, that's going to be announced, or a trailer, maybe.
Right? No, I doubt that. Maybe. When is Vision Quest? Vision Quest is in December. Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, it's due.
So that's something that is one you could bring out. Yeah, there's 2 things. You could bring out Paul Bettany and I forget the kid's name. It starts with an R. Can't pronounce it. That's playing Speed and Tommy. Yeah, bring them out. And what's his name too? Eric Spader. He's already been announced, so bring him out.
Oh, the voice from Ultron.
Paul Bettany can tell us how excited he is. Yeah.
Okay, that's 2 things, and I don't even care about Vision Quest, but I'll give you that. There are 2 things fans are interested in.
Hey,
X-Men 97. X-Men 97 is having a second
Vision
season.
Quest is gonna be great.
Okay, and the season is not going to be led by Bo DeMeo, but then also some of the story points.
Wonder Man season 2. That's another one.
Okay, I just don't want to count it. I think Wonder Man season 2 won't. I don't know if it lights the world on fire. So they have there's 4 things. No, 5 if we count Spider-Man. We just counted 5 things they have to talk about. I'll just give them Vision Quest and Doomsday, and I'll say, is that really worth doing?
I'll give them 97. I'll give them X-Men 97. I forgot about X-Men 97. I was just talking about X-Men 97 last night to Henry, and I agree. I think that I say I agree. I say the same thing that I said, even though I say the things I say about Bo. I always give credit where it's due. I've said this publicly too about Bo. He's a damn good writer. I don't ever take that away from him. Having him away from this next season, oofa. I don't know how that's gonna do. But maybe they come out, they show a trailer, and they're like, hey, guys, we've still got the gusto, and we're bringing you that same energy from season 1, minus the DeMeo. And so I could see X-Men 97 being brought on stage. The last thing that was shown for X-Men 97 was whatever at the Brazil or whatever. I forget whatever con it was where that really shitty trailer was, or the trailer. I won't call the trailer shitty. It wasn't overwhelming or anything like that. But the shitty phone recording of the trailer that we got, where it showed Storm in her new outfit in space. It showed Mother Ascani and Scott and Jean and young Cable, and where were they at? Then it showed, like, I think Beast and them in Egypt with El Sabanor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could get that. So Ryan Coogler could show up and say, fresh off the Oscar, welcome Ryan Coogler, and tell us, when is Black Panther 3 release date? Okay, the 3rd Black Panther is officially coming out this day. They could say that. They could also say who's going to.
He could.
They could say who's playing T'Challa, or maybe they just say the word Black Panther. They don't use the word T'Challa. That they could, and then they could also announce something that we're not even expecting. That's 2 years down the line, but it's the first time we ever hear about it officially. They could surprise us. That's an option too. And what could that something be? Astonishing X-Men coming to films in 2028. What could that be?
Blue said, what if they outdo Bo? They could. I just don't, Henry said it best, and he doesn't know anything about, like I say, he doesn't know anything about this stuff. We were just talking about X-Men 97. I was telling him how fucking amazing it is, minus the bullshit that Bo inserted and all this kind of stuff and blah, blah, blah. I said, but his writing, his understanding of these characters, it is impeccable. Some of the characters he chooses to care, it is impeccable. I was like, so having his writing,
Did you just say the characters he chooses to care about?
Yes, having his writing like absent from this next season, it scares me. But Henry said, it's always the weirdos. It's the weird people that are always the best writers. And I'm like, you know what, that fits. That fits. Because he's a great writer. So they could outdo him. Maybe. We'll see. We shall see.
I disagree with what Darius said, the way he framed the Bo DeMeo weirdo and all that stuff. I do not co-sign that.
I would say
You don't gotta
putting
say
putting your explanation, no, because I'm going to respond to what you said. Putting your explanation behind an OnlyFans paywall with the X-Men 97 up as your OnlyFans banner, I'd call that a little fucking weird. When you could have easily gotten on Twitter, gotten on YouTube Live and explained it, but here you said, hey guys, come pay me over on OnlyFans. I already have allegations of sending nude or inappropriate pictures to my staff members, but come to my OnlyFans account and let's talk about it there. That's a little weird.
I agree.
Stamina said you co-signed. I appreciate that, Stamina. It's okay. I didn't need Chill to co-sign. I feel how I feel about Bo. I like Bo, but I also feel how I feel about Bo. He's a little weird. But his writing, damn, not having him, it's gonna hurt. But we shall see about that. It might be different. As Blue brought up.
Respect his writing, because he did write something on Twitter explaining how he does care about Storm and Black Panther, and some of the things he would try to do were shot down by Marvel. And I don't want to ever ignore that when I talk about him or frame it as this guy doesn't care about black characters or the characters he only cares about. I think that's incorrect to do so, knowing that the show that we got was filtered through certain producers who he's experienced racism from. Is worth mentioning here in this segment.
Okay.
Thanks for letting me talk. We go from that to a translated, what am I looking at here? You sent this in chat. Miguel has showrunner Division Quest Terry Matalas. What is this? Vision Quest showrunner Terry Matalas talked about connections with Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. I can't talk about that in any way regarding a second season, he says. You'll probably see these characters again. What is he supposed to say? This show is gonna fail and we won't get a season 2? He's supposed to say this. So good answer, right? You'll see these characters again. You want Doomsday and Secret Wars and Vision Quest season 2? Yeah, we'll see them again because we plan to succeed. Great answer.
Not in a season 2.
Well, then in Doomsday and in Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Hello, Tony.
What's up, Tony? Yeah, he doesn't look old enough. They didn't put any gray in his face. His hair, I can't use him.
I guess that's that. We're going over to a Star Wars news story. Let's go. George Lucas and Darth Maul. This guy says, at one point when Obi-Wan kills Maul, he just fell in the pit. I looked at it and I thought that isn't going to work because if people like him enough, they're going to want him to come back and they're going to assume somehow he gets out of it. So I had to cut him in half to say that this guy's gone. He's history. He ain't coming back. That's how George Lucas talks. He's history. He ain't coming back. I don't see George as a guy who says ain't.
He probably says ain't. I don't know.
Yeah?
I'm spend time with George.
Where's he from? Northern California? He's an ain't person? Okay, ain't coming back. I'll come up with another apprentice. The whole issue of having apprentices, poor Darth Sidious, trying to replenish his apprentice supply, is one of the main plot points. Should Star Wars have stuck to the original vision? No, I'm happy with what they did. I'm okay with all of it.
You're okay with what?
The way that it turned out with Maul getting sliced, but he's still alive. I don't really need him to officially be dead, or anything else that they would have done. How they kept it, I'm okay with this.
What's different? They're not changing anything. You're talking about what George was originally going to do?
Because I'm only saying that because the question asked, should Star Wars have stuck to its original vision? Where his original vision was at one point Obi-Wan kills Maul, he just fell in the pit. And the original vision was he falls in the pit without being sliced in half. That was the original vision. You're muted.
I'm muted. Sorry. This stuff with Maul is really impeccable. The trailers, the 2 trailers they've given. I don't need another one. Please don't give another one. But they gave a clip. That's great too. And the clip wasn't anything that we hadn't already really seen from the trailer, so that was fine too. But these little teasers that they're given too, with like clips from episode 1, clips from Rebels, and it's him saying they tried to. Like the newest one, he's saying they tried to kill me, and then it shows him fighting Obi-Wan. It says and they tried again, and it shows him fighting Count Dooku, and it says, I'm sorry, Sidious, and he says and they tried again, and it showed him the Ahsoka, and then it showed him fighting other people. As he said again and again and again, he's like, this time it's my revenge, and it shows other scenes. I'm like, bro, this is peak. This is beautiful. This is the promotion you need to be using. For Star Wars, there's this, and I say this every time I talk about Maul Shadow Lords. The unfortunate side for Maul Shadow Lords is no one's going to watch it. That's the sad part. It's gonna get some numbers, but it's really not gonna probably get some bad batch numbers. So that's the unfortunate side of it. But it is significantly better than what you were going to get in theaters in May.
That's pretty bold. But if we're going trailer for trailer, maybe that kind of makes a little sense. I'm ready for Grogu Mandalorian to just come. He needs a teacher. Mace Windu's still alive. I'll teach the boy. I'm his old master. I would love something like that. Just to rectify, the path they were going with the end of season 2, where he goes to Luke. Yeah, we know Kennedy effed it all up in Book of Boba Fett, but if they recourse here and Sam Jackson is in this movie to play Mace Windu again, he can still be alive, by the way. I did the math in my head. He can still be alive, just really old. I would be so happy with it. It would be a great surprise. It would save the movie. It would nearly save the franchise, but it takes a lot to save the franchise. But it would do so much goodwill.
No thanks.
Trailers show you nothing, Darius. The trailers, you think the trailers are a representation of this film? Nah.
No thanks. I I don't want anything more with Mace Windu. And you talking about the trailers for Mando Grogu? No, I think Mando Grogu is really going to be some shit. They asked Jon Favreau the other day. They said, damn it, I should have grabbed that. They said to Jon Favreau, "Is the AT-AT one of the only big scenes in big sequences in the show?" And he said, no. Or in the movie? No, there's other big sequences. And obviously he can't give, away what's going to happen in the movie or anything like that. But I fear what you've seen in those trailers is what you're really getting.
Jon Favreau says the AT-AT sequence in Mando Grogu is far from the movie's biggest sequence. No, there's other fun stuff. What'd I tell you?
Man, sure, I guess go have fun. My thing with Mando Grogu, again, I feel like with Maul, I'm getting fed. I'm getting substance. I'm getting more that I didn't previously know was going on in the galaxy, especially on Maul's side, because this is a year after Order 66. The next time we see Maul after Order 66, before the show was invented, was Rebels. We know he goes on. I'm sorry. Well, I guess timeline. Well, yeah, Rebels. So, he goes on in Rebels and he dies at the hands of Obi-Wan. You see him in Solo at the head of the Crimson Dawn and things like that. But there's years in between, because Rebels takes place 14 years after Order 66. So for 14 years, up until he became what we saw him as in Rebels, what was Maul doing? Obviously building the criminal underground, the syndicate. But I want to see all of that. That'd be nice to see. That to me I'm getting way more than going on some half-assed season 4 adventure with Mando and Grogu, because that is exactly what this is. This is going to be just a fun space adventure that with this, you're not getting anything out of this. Grogu's not going to speak. He hasn't evolved. He hasn't done anything more. This is the same character that we got in 2018, 2019, whenever the show came out. And they haven't evolved this character in any way.
Well, let's wait for the film before we can say that with such certainty. It's the same character.
That he's not going to speak. What's the
speak.
Development? Okay. Well, Kathleen Kennedy said nope. Now she could just be saying that, but she said nope, and I take her at her word. I believe the woman when she says he's not going to speak, because that just doesn't seem like something that they do. Because why would we? That's development of the character that doesn't keep him that would stop him from being the cute goo goo gaga that sells on shelves, and
which is crazy because you could still.
Oh no, go ahead.
Is that you could still sell the toys. Baby Groot was good for one movie in 2017, and they still do sell a Baby Groot here and there for Guardians, even though he's much older now.
Yeah.
So do the same with Grogu.
Just it's all annoying. I mean, it's annoying. The path they were going with this character when introduced, I don't even know where they're going with the character. Like, what are we even doing? What are we even doing? He's just Mando's a babysitter. What are we even doing? So I don't care. But I tell you what, Shadow Lords is going to be fantastic. That's going to be fantastic.
Perp said Andor over Mando. Do you say that?
I haven't even seen Andor, and I'd give Andor over this movie. Not over the seasons of season 1 and 2 of Mandalorian, but I would give Andor over the movie.
Well, then you are lost.
I'm lost, then. I'm lost.
I recently learned that Solo's movie was actually a George Lucas film that was shelved for a bit, and Disney finished it. Maybe the concept, but what we got was Lord and Miller, and then Ron Howard. I think that's what we got.
Can you imagine how cool it could be? You don't even have to go the lightsaber route with with Grogu. If you wanted to take him away from Luke, fine, cool. Because when you start to really think about the whole lightsaber route, that is kind of boring because it's literally just Yoda. He would just literally be Yoda, and we've seen that. We've seen Yoda. Do we really want to see another Yoda? We've seen Yaddle a little bit. Do we really want to just see another Yoda? So it would have been cool if they went another route that maybe no one was expecting. You could have had him go the full-on Mandalorian route. I mean, imagine Grogu sneaking through ventilation systems, using the rope that the Mandalorians have on their wrist to shoot it down at somebody's neck and pull their neck up through the ceiling or something like that. Jumps down. He's on some Mandalorian ass shit. I mean, and then think about the hot toys and toys they could sell for that. A whatever species Yoda is in full-on Mandalorian gear. I mean, you could have gone anywhere with this, but you chose literally the first thing in that first trailer is Sigourney Weaver's character, General Ward, or whoever the fuck she is, sitting across from Mando and Grogu at a table. They're having a serious conversation. And what's Grogu doing? Forcing the food to himself, where she puts her hand on it, looks at Grogu, looks at Mando, and like we're all supposed to be like, oh, that's so cute. God,
Bro,
so cute.
You're judging a trailer. I'm sure the trailer, it does not represent the movie fully. I'm sure there's scenes from the third act, which we're not going to be showing them in the trailer. There's going to be development for this Grogu character that can still happen. Be patient, wait for the movie, and then crap on his underdevelopment after the movie. Just save yourself the embarrassment.
So what develop? I'm not embarrassed. What development?
You're not embarrassed now when you see the movie and you see development.
I won't. I can promise you I won't be embarrassed then either, because there's not going to be any development. What development could they give you for Grogu? Okay, I guess I'm asking this. Pull up the trailer. Let's do that. Pull up the trailer really quick. Let's visual is sometimes better than.
I don't understand why I'm pulling the trailer. I'm talking about the movie itself. I'm trying to say, don't judge the movie by the.
I know what you're saying.
By the trailer.
I know what you're saying.
Yes.
So you're saying don't judge the movie by the trailer. By sometime in the movie, Grogu could have some development. Now pause it.
Mm-hmm.
Grogu, in the few seconds we just saw there, was doing the exact same stuff, the exact same mannerisms, the exact same baby-like behavior that we've been seeing him do for years. So unless this movie has a massive 10-year time jump in the middle, how is he going to have an arc in the third act where he's massively developed?
There's no amount of development that'll satisfy you, Darius. He can
That's
speak.
wrong.
Not enough.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
That's what you just told me.
That is wrong.
You just told me that there's no time gap or something that he's going to massively develop, or you said that you're saying it's not going to happen.
No, I'm asking. That's not what I said. You're not listening. I'm asking
massively
you
develop.
You said don't judge it because you're going to embarrass yourself. Or no, you said save yourself the embarrassment. Don't judge it now. Wait for the movie. He could have development, some huge development by the third act. So I'm telling you, judging from, and you said don't judge it from the trailer, but I'm just saying, looking at the trailer in the first 10 seconds and he's still baby-like in the first 10 seconds of the trailer, unless this movie has a 10-year time jump, how is he going to go from the baby-like we just saw him in the first 10 seconds to not being baby-like in the third act of the film? That's what I'm asking.
Okay.
Does that make sense, Chad? Does that make sense to you how I worded that?
I don't think he's going to get older in this movie, but if they set the table,
that's not even what I'm saying.
Yeah, if there's going to be things in this movie in the third act, like I presented with Mace Windu joining him and them getting the character to where development can happen. Maybe he is a full-blown Mandalorian and he's no longer a student, or maybe something happens to the clan. There's so many things that can happen in this third act of the movie with him still being the same age that he is in. Lots of development can happen. The whole plot of the movie is not revealed in this trailer. They're going to show you the starting points.
Asking you what development. That's what I'm asking you. I'm asking how is this character
I'm not writing the
going
movie
to develop into. But again, you told me to save myself the embarrassment. So I'm asking you to do the same. How in the hell is this character going to have this development? Let's
Okay.
go back 10 seconds on the trailer again and play it again.
The answer to your question of how this character is going to develop
Hold on, let me
has
because
many
this
answers.
is still a part of this is still a I don't he's doing so the things he's pressing buttons, he's touching things, and because he doesn't know, he's just a baby,
Okay.
he's just touching buttons on the ship.
So
So you're
so
telling
one
me,
way-
hold on, because I'm not done. He's just touching the buttons and all that kind of stuff, as we just saw. So by the third act, is he gonna whip out some guns and be like the because you're telling me by the third act he could really be developed. So what's development for you for Grogu?
If we're talking about this example here, I could say it would be a development if he's good at piloting ships, where he wasn't or it doesn't look like he ever was.
And you think that shit's gonna happen though? That's what I'm telling you. You told me to save myself the embarrassment. Do you think that's happening in any point of this film? Anything like that?
I'm open to it. I don't have an expectation of what will happen.
Chill.
I'm just
You can
saying
be open
the idea
to-
that a character, hold on,
To
the idea that a
Palpatine
character,
somehow returning. That's fine.
idea-
You can be open to anything. I'm asking you, do you think that some shit like that is really going to happen with this character? Because you told me to save myself the embarrassment.
yeah. I think save yourself from the embarrassment of making a statement so strong that the character won't develop, because the movie will happen and we'll see lots of things happen to the character. We also could not. Either or, one of the options. I'm advising you because I care about you, Darius. I don't want you to come out here saying nothing's gonna happen to him, and then we find out this dude's in Jedi robes. This guy's got a lightsaber. He knows how to pilot. He knows how to. There's lots of things that he could do. He could be, like I said, joining Mace Windu and regaining his memories, or lots of things can happen. So save yourself the embarrassment of saying so definitively that this is going to be a stagnated character.
Jill, in everything that you just said, and I let you speak, you still failed to answer my question. Because
it
you
again.
told, I don't, for the 15th time. If you want to go to another clip in this trailer, there's a part where that huge alien monster busts out of the doors, and Grogu closes the shell on the little stroller deal and blast off. Same shit he's always been doing since they acquired that thing. I think they had that thing in the very first episode when we first met him, because that's what he found him in. So he's still in that. And we've seen him force stuff, so that's not impressive to me. We've seen him pick up stuff and put it down. We've seen him do shit like that. So I'm asking, from the goo goo gaga like state he was just in, and all these other parts that are showing him in the trailer, you told me, save yourself the embarrassment, Darius, of talking about the character's not going to have any development, because he could have some massive development by episode or by Act 3. What development, unless the film, follow me, has a time jump to a different BB fucking Y, then how is he going to go from the goo goo gaga like state we have seen him now in for 1 minute and 28 seconds to this massive developed character in the third act?
Okay, the answer to how can he develop is
no, it's not how. I'm asking. Go ahead.
No, I want you to get the question out so like I can answer the question. How is he?
No, go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
You got to answer the question. I mean, you got to ask the question so I can answer it, because it felt like you were trying to say I wasn't answering the question. Just give me the exact question. Like you just did like a minute right now, given the backstory of the question. Just ask the question.
I'm asking you what other than goo goo gaga is he going to have to develop on and be doing in the third act that you foresee?
There are many answers to this question. I am not writing the plot. One possible answer to this question.
Christ.
I'm not writing the plot. It's this thing. There's lots of ways that he can develop. So one thing could be in this scene here.
So then, chill. Why? So if you're not writing the plot, then why did you? Yeah, but if you're not writing the plot, then why did you even tell me save yourself the? You have no clue.
Answer it.
I'm going off of what I'm seeing, what I've seen for the past since we met the character. Go ahead and answer. But you're not writing it. So what are you answering?
In this scene here, where he's talking to someone who's a little bit taller, maybe a little mentor-y, maybe a little something. The trauma in which makes Grogu mute could be lifted in this scene here while he's talking to Dude.
Holy
There are
fuck.
ways that
you're
this guy
talking
could...
an emotional growth. Are you talking about emotional growth?
No, I'm talking about him unlocking or unlocking his mute status. There are things that happened to him in the Order of 66 which made him the way he's been this whole time. But dude is 50. Maybe he goes and has a moment of, I guess, adolescence or some sort of thing where he develops coming out of this conversation in this scene in this very movie. There are many plentiful ways which this character can develop, and I could tell you lots of things from just looking at this trailer and writing out how it happens. I haven't seen the movie yet. I'll wait and see the movie. But this mentor-mentee situation happening in the part of the trailer we're looking at right now, could be the very
That's
scene.
not a mentor-mentee situation. We
didn't
have
see
the
the movie.
dialogue to what's happening in that. We know what all he said to him here is, "Are you scared?" Grogu made a sound. He said, "You should be." What's the mentor-mentee situation?
Are you scared? You should be.
That feels like something that a guy who is a master would say to his apprentice. Or are you scared? You should be. This is a big journey.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I have entertained this, your weird philosophy that you have for this for of quite some time. That crazy. This is Star Wars. That dude right there is probably no more than somebody they stopped to fuel up somewhere, and he said, "Hey, you better watch out on this journey. You're scared. You should be." I've seen a lot. He's not that character is probably not an important character at all. At all.
To say you should
at all.
be.
And for you to think that no. And for you to think that character is going to have some massive impact, or that character or any character outside of Din is supposed to have some massive impact and development on Grogu to where in the third act he's going to be doing something different than he's doing currently is wildly insane.
Okay. I don't want to just use scenes from this trailer to make the statement that Grogu can develop. There are things, most likely the third act of the movie, it's not in this trailer. There are things that can happen there are unknowns right now that I can't I can't speak to because they're not in the trailer. But it is coming from a position of knowledge to say there are things that you're going to be scared of. That is something a mentor or a Jedi or a master would say to the younger person that he's trying to level up to. And if whoever this character isn't, if he gets Grogu up or gets Grogu to a place where you could be, nothing's going to make you happy, but where Grogu develops, then I'm going to say, see, it did happen. Like, Grogu wasn't the same guy going into the movie that he is coming out of the movie.
Jesus Christ. So you went on this, and it's because you know what I meant by developed, but you went on this long philosophical you tried to be philosophical and have this deeper meaning about how Grogu's going to come out of the film and develop. But you know what the fuck I meant. You're sitting here talking about he's going to develop by maybe he might have some emotional growth, or he might have, you didn't use the word emotional, but that's what you're talking about, some emotional type of growth, or he might grow some way, but what I'm talking about, Chill, I'm talking about action, Star Wars, putting guns, something where he's not being babysat. That's what I'm talking about, because you know what I'm talking about. But you want to do this philosophical journey with Grogu, you're on your own with that journey. I'm not going on a philosophical journey with a kid that was introduced to me in a completely different way, was supposed to be used in a completely different way, but now we're doing this weird, still baby, we're babysitting him. It's cute for the toys on the shelf. And if you want to fall into the trap and you want to have the philosophical journey and grow with him emotionally, you do that. That's not what I'm talking about. And you knew that, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Gotcha. Pleasure chatting with you, Darius, as always. What's chat saying? I will put real money. He's a random, like Darius said. Kevin Davis. This is a great debate, by the way. LOL. I'm not even debating. I would hate to call it a debate. Because I'm not taking the position of really anything strong. I know when I take my positions and I feel the way I feel about it. I'm just simply saying there's a lot of unknown things that can happen, and I'm open to the potential that the way Darius just framed it, nothing happens to the character, and he's still Goo Goo Gaga baby, and he's not, he doesn't dress differently now, or he doesn't carry a different lightsaber, or he doesn't, like, nothing can happen that is Star Wars. I am open to that possibility. I am open to it. It could happen. Facts, Bucky. I'm just waiting on Starfighter. Tangents. When Grogu talks, Chill is gonna make an hour-long vid saying he was right. I will not be doing that one. I'll just go. Chillmonger was correct. Part 16. We're at 16 right now, Darius. Where are we? 16, 17?
And again, that's definitely an imaginary scoreboard you have, but I would definitely be winning when it comes to these.
They using his for merch and to get kids. Paul says, nope. It will make maybe 300 million. We're not saying it'll make. We're talking about Grogu and Mando. Nah, 500. Yeah, 300.
I don't think you're far off there, but I don't think you're far off. I'm being generous with the 5, but I could say that too. I think they'll probably make that 5, but I could see the 3.
I think like 500 is just the safe thing, and if it's Star Wars and we get what we want because it's John Favreau, and if we execute and it's entertaining, maybe up to 800, 900 million, maybe. That's all this film is about. Toy merch. It's not targeted for me. Yeah, that's another thing we got to think about. Yeah, that's a good point by Abundance, that this is a merchandise.
I mean, they just got me. I just bought the toy. I wasn't gonna buy it. I was not gonna buy any of the merchandise for this movie, but that fucking Mando is so fucking great in that little 2-pack with Grogu. I got it, and that's all it's for. Because when I had to go to 2 different Targets before I even found mine. Because the first 2 Targets I went to, the shelves were empty. The display they had up for Mando Grogu, every figure was gone. Even what's her name? Sigourney Weaver's. I was shocked. When I found mine, he was the second one on, only 2 left on the shelf. So yeah, it's literally for this, because I don't see anybody talking about this movie.
What did Solo: A Star Wars Story make? I'm on the website. Let me see here. 2018. It made 392 million. We're not doing that number, though. We're not doing that poorly, Blue. I think we're fine. We'll do better than 392.
We'll see.
Perp says 700.
Han Solo. The thing that hurt Han Solo might have been that obviously Harrison Ford thing and all that kind of stuff, and that's people. The people are just comfortable with him as the character or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that was a thing with it or not. I don't know. But the Han Solo is much more of a household name than Mando. Not to say Mando's not a household name, because obviously he is.
The new CEO background is merch and parks. I mean, does that matter though? Like, it's Disney. I don't care who the CEO is. They're interested in the merch and the parks. That's always been their business strategy. Perp says something ridiculous. We're not even going to read it on this stream. Josh is likable though. Josh who? Is that the name of the new CEO? Remember, yeah. Book of Boba Fett? Me neither. If Minecraft made $1 billion last year, this will also make $1 billion. Parents want to make the kids happy. The kids care about Star Wars? What? What's the entry point for Star Wars for kids? Bad Batch didn't really wow anybody or anything. Is there zero hype for this movie? Give it 2 months.
I'd agree. Give it 2 months.
Yeah.
Why do we have to give it 2 months? Why do we have to give it 2 months?
That's when things get. That's when you generate the most. That's when the interviews come out. These 2 months are pretty pivotal. I think we're gonna increase from 0. Maybe we won't go up to 10, but we'll go to at least 7.
Stop! It didn't take Spider-Man no damn 10 or 7.
No, it didn't.
So Mando, people get hyped for what they get hyped for. I'm sorry, Mando Grogu just failed to do that for people. And it's not as if Mando Grogu didn't have the world by the balls at one point in time, because they did. People that didn't know shit about Star Wars were pissing me off. Baby Yoda, Baby Yoda,
Baby Yoda.
So it's not as if this franchise or this character didn't have the world by the neck at one point. So, but nah. I'm not giving it no damn 2 months. First impressions are lasting impressions. If people didn't get the bug off that first trailer, the bug ain't coming.
Yeah,
You
but
shot your own self in the foot at the Super Bowl.
it cost $700 million to make Solo with all the reshoots, etc. Josh D'Armo got the backlash for OpenAI $1 billion deal backfiring. I don't know much about that, but that's Sora, right? And Sora OpenAI is out of business now. Is that it?
I thought Disney said that they were like not using Sora or anything.
So that's the backfire then. Okay, good for him. This movie is 6 years too late. He's going to be heavy on the merch though. That brings in money. Hey, Mike from Rogue Comics is in the building. A customer in my store was concerned that Darius was going to have a heart attack. Then he needs to get
Maybe
with the
one
program. Planet Fanatics is a
maybe one day
impassioned non-heart attack YouTuber. Dana, hey, Mike, it's the FOC for the Dakota incident, second printing. What's your shop saying? I went to a shop and they said they're going to increase the orders. And I thought that was really cool. Dana Waldron was put in to handle the studio stuff. 2 months. It comes out next month. Comes out in May 22. So like a month and a few days. I don't know who this film is going to do. Marketing campaign starts a little later. Big fat nope. Minecraft is a kid's game are already playing in the house. They have no such connection or familiarity to Mando or Grogu. Not gonna read everyone's chat, man. What's the Dakota incident? Let's go to the next subject here. We had a Harry Potter news item to touch on. It's that the CEO spoke, saying, "Our goal is to not have a huge gap especially because the kids are growing. It's not going to be an annual. The show is too big and too massive." What don't they film it when the kids are younger? Fine, release could take a long time, but film it when they're younger and work on the VFX for a long time. Just do the recording part while they're still young, so that we don't just get a season like you said for the Percy Jackson. Like we don't have that situation, and I'm happy. Are you muted? I don't hear you. Maybe they can hear you. Keep going. Yeah, I hear you now.
Yeah, they said that season 2 is in development, but like I said, what does that mean? Does that mean like you don't like you're not filming currently? Like you don't know what you're doing? Like shouldn't you know? Isn't this Chamber of Secrets? Spoiler alert. Shouldn't you just be able to get them in there and be like, let's do it? Darius loves Harry Potter. Glendor, I love Harry Potter. And I think that this, if you're asking what I think about this series, I think the series is going to be successful. I think people are going to hate on it because, but I think it's going to be successful. I have some gripes with a little bit, not like major gripes with the trailer, just the color scheme of things. I don't like the adolescence look.
Bro, you don't like the color?
I think it should be I think it should be very bright and I watched the first trailer that came out in 2001 for Sorcerer's Stone opposed to this one, and there was a lot more magic. Felt more magical than this one. This one felt more like the times. It felt more like I don't know if you I'm sure this is everywhere, but McDonald's is no longer the McDonald's we grew up with. It no longer has Ronald hanging around, or the Hamburglar, or any of the other guys. We used to go in the playroom and all that kind of stuff. You had the seats that were shaped like burgers and other characters, and now it's like the Pixies from Fairly Odd Parents have come and made everything, just business, business, business. And that is the vibe I got from this trailer. It's just like, take away the fun, business. So, but it still looks like it's gonna be good.
We're the Pixies. Check out our Mad Wicked Mixies.
Yeah, corporate. There you go. Very corporate. Very.
I hope they call it the
robotic.
Philosopher's Stone and not the Sorcerer's Stone.
That's what they're calling it.
Which one?
The Philosopher's Stone.
Good. As it is intended to be.
Yeah, the
So,
Philosopher's Stone.
so that is the Harry Potter of today. Euphoria had a new season trailer.
I didn't watch it. Can we watch it? Would it be not you having
Yeah.
age restricted?
They will strike us. It's HBO
Will they?
Max. Same with Supergirl.
That's crazy. I haven't seen the trailer yet. I've seen pictures from the trailer. I know that last trailer. I don't even know what's going on in Euphoria anymore. I feel like we have deviated so far from season 1. But that season 1 had me. I was like hooked. I was like, oh damn, this is interesting. This is good. Season 2, still good, but I haven't seen the Supergirl thing either.
Yeah, well, they've got like an announcement trailer from James Gunn.
Hey, it's me, Clark. I'm just worried because, we miss you. I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back.
Music is not
Why do you call
okay.
himself Clark?
He should call
I
himself
agree
Kal-El.
with that too. I mean, I feel like, right? He's not.
No, he's more Clark than he is
Not-
Kal-El.
What does he call her?
Well, she doesn't have a human name.
Kara?
Yeah.
Kara. Yeah, they call her
Kara.
Kara. They don't call her. Yeah, so anyway, whatever. I agree with what Bucky Love said too. Yeah, yeah, why is he calling himself Clark? But there's no hype for this either. I don't know how this is going to do in the box office. I don't think well. But there is no hype for this either. Now, maybe this trailer tomorrow changes that. There's quite a few trailers tomorrow, actually. Quite a few. You got this one. You got the Masters of the Universe one. You've got... Damn, there's another one, too. I think there's another one. I think there's 4 trailers tomorrow. But
Whoa,
I know
really?
for sure 3.
Okay.
I know for sure 3. I just can't remember what that third one is. But yeah, we'll see.
Good point.
We'll see how it does.
Lauren says they use Superman because we know that people are not hyped. Good point.
Yeah, that's true.
That is interesting to me, though, to see that Superman is in this movie. He does have somewhat of a role in this movie. It is attached to that movie. That's the point of attached universes. That's probably why I cared about the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, because I knew this was Marvel. And thankfully, we saw Thanos in it, and we saw some things that allowed 2014's Guardians to succeed. It was also entertaining. But it's attachment to Marvel. An Infinity Stone's in this movie that made me care. So, Supergirl, lean on your attachments to what we all enjoyed with Superman and the rest of this universe. They should be doing a better job of building than Marvel did. More attachments, yes. I hope I see Brainiac.
Backrooms trailer, and then the Boys trailers tomorrow as well.
He don't mess with Krypton like that. Okay, chat. Kara. Oh, I mean, is he Clark or does he consider himself as his Kryptonian name? Which one does he believe he is? Because I go Clark. His name is Clark. Remember, Superman for him is just a costume. Bruce would call himself Batman, though. Yeah, I've seen that comic. He's Clark Kent. Why are we getting Supergirl before Wonder Woman? I don't know. Maybe because we were too close to Gal Gadot playing Wonder Woman in Flash. But I would have went with Wonder Woman first, too.
Blue talking about some damn He-Man gonna outdo Doomsday. Huh? Nah.
She would know him as Kal-El. Yeah, right. Too close to Gal. I think corporate work there.
Kal-El, no.
He should go by Kal-El when he speaks to Supergirl, because then Supergirl is older than him. Why does the age mean he would go by Kal-El? If he thinks he's Clark, he's going to think he's Clark. I'm Clark. Oh, yeah, the parents I never met or don't remember meeting. Those guys called me Kal-El. That was my name given to me by them, but I'm Clark Kent.
Well, personally, if I had a fuck off name like Clark, or you gave me the chance to have my name be Kal-El, okay. My name's Kal-El.
Should he go by Goku or Kakarot?
Kakarot. But that's an insult, is it not? That's an insult, isn't it? Isn't that what Vegeta calls him?
Yes, because that's his Saiyan name. Vegeta's a Saiyan. You know, in the birth registry, it's Kakarot.
Oh, well, then he needs to go by Kakarot. Same with Kal-El. I would go by Kal-El if you gave me the choice. You know, it's like when you go to school, it's like, what do you want to be called? Kal-El. It's like, you know, that you got a teacher, Clark. They call me Kal-El. Okay. Then from there on, you're just Kal-El. But if you say that Clark shit, you got that fuck name like Clark.
Supergirl coming.
Clark.
Big trailer release tomorrow. Thank you for the heads
Save
up,
us,
James.
Clark. Save us. Does that sound better than save us, Kal-El? Yeah. That's that. There you go. His mama named Kal-El. I'm gonna call him Kal-El. That's it right there. His mama named him Cletus. I'm gonna call him Cletus.
Euphoria trailer. We're not playing it, but there is something to look at. This counts. The Avatar: The Last Airbender accounts. Pretty inactive. They don't do much tweeting, but the season 2 release date will be revealed tomorrow, is what they say.
I heard the release date for Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 2 is on this scroll.
Really? Come on.
And there's confetti.
Wait, so can we tell people?
No, not yet. I heard.
Well, not the release date is tomorrow, but we'll find out tomorrow. That was kind of confusing.
Oh, they're not dropping a trailer tomorrow. You know, it's not like I'm looking for that trailer anyway. I'll watch it though. I hope this second season. I know a lot of y'all, you liked it. You liked the first season. A lot of people in the chat liked the first season. I didn't. The only thing I really fucked with out of that first season was the opening to episode 1. Seeing the Fire Nation attack on the air temple. Would have loved to have seen that animation, but that was great. I liked that. Something we didn't get to see. You know, something I don't like the changes they made. Like the fact that Katara and Sokka can enter the spirit world and like interact with things. Like, what the fuck? What? Nah. What are they doing here? VIP only. They are not VIP. They shouldn't have any connection to the spirit world like that. I didn't like that. I didn't like all the random Kyoshi pop-ups. What?
Let's talk about the things you did like.
I like the actor that plays Aang.
Yes, he's much taller.
I like
now.
He is. It's an issue. I like. I would have to go back and rewatch it because I don't think I went past the third or fourth episode.
Okay. Katara and Paku was all right. Good little fight there. I might rewatch it. Season 1 of the Netflix show was garbage. Season 2 is gearing up to be garbage too.
See, Liam agrees. I'm telling you, I didn't think that first season was. I didn't like a lot of the changes. I remember. I mean, when I first saw. Go ahead.
That we're soft launching trailer announcements now. I like that. I'm not mad at that. Somebody said, when the world needs the most Avatar period, and they said, the Avatar shall return with more information tomorrow. I like that. I'm not mad at them soft launching these things. I think this generates buzz. It gets us talking about it. We're prepared. We have expectations. It's fun. I think it's a missed opportunity to just do things cold and say, here's the trailer on a random Monday, but like, let me know what's coming the next day. And this is great. So yes, soft launch trailers forever. Whether it's Star Wars doing it like Filoni, I think, did with Darth Maul. I think we knew a day in advance. Or like James Gunn does. It's great.
I'll be honest with you. I don't like it. I actually hate it. Trailer tomorrow. Just drop it now. Like, what's the difference in the 24 hours? I just drop it now. I like when they did that today. Masters of the Universe trailer tomorrow. Like, what is the difference? Drop it now.
No, it's the free press you'll get for a whole day worth of fans talking about fans. We're so interested. We got something to look forward to, and it's tomorrow. It's great. It's so good.
I think that speaks to who you are as a franchise too, though, because Spider-Man does not have that issue. Like, they don't have to. Oh, did they do that? I think they did that too, though. Didn't they do that? Didn't Tom like do a video where he said trailers coming tomorrow?
It sounds like it. Everyone's doing it now, so I like it.
I don't like that shit. Just drop it. Go back to the days where trailers just dropped. We didn't know. They just dropped. Most of the time they just dropped on TV. You saw it there or in the theater. But now they get the cast together and they say, thank you guys. We've been working so hard on this film and we know that you all are going to love it. And we hope that you all really, really love all the passion that we've all poured into it. So many people to thank for this trailer. You'll see it tomorrow. Drop it now.
Professor agrees. Everybody has to do some type of gimmick. News cycles are currency. More equals more. Everything gets announced ahead of time now, provided it didn't already leak. Hey, there's a worry, though, when announcing something ahead of time, because if there's a big scandal, okay, because just Avatar's main actors murdered somebody. And they're like, uh-oh, we just said we were going to do the trailer tomorrow. Uh-oh, do we really want everyone to watch the trailer and then have people talking about our actor scandal? Like, you don't want to cement yourself to that.
Well, something like that, I'd hope they'd be like, that's an impossible situation, though, with that. What do you do? I mean, if you were to have one of your... Ever?
No, but not the next day when the scandal is announced. Like, you do the announcement, trailer coming tomorrow, and then at 7 p.m. tonight, the main actor actually stabbed someone, and here's the CCTV footage. And then you go,
that's never going to go away.
It'll never go away,
if you dropped it a month later, the people are going to be like, yeah, that's old dude that stabbed old girl last month. Yeah, that...
It will never go away, but it is less impactful if you do the delayed showing the trailer instead of showing it immediately.
So Jeffrey Epstein. You think any of the things that comes out about him is less impactful? That's a heinous crime. Nothing that man. Anytime you say that man's name, you say Jeffrey or Ep. People are gonna automatically go there. So I don't know. Maybe there are some things that's just like, hey, brother, we just got to bite that bullet and put that shit out there.
I recall when President Bush, H. Bush, died. It was like the week they were going to release their trailer for something, for whichever Marvel trailer it was, and the news was, this is a week of mourning, so we're not going to do it this week. You remember that?
I do not, but I don't remember when Bush Sr. died.
Whatever year that was, whatever movie it was, but it's not like they ever announced that next week on Tuesday the trailer comes. So they just changed the dates without having to lie or commit to something and change their mind publicly. The outside chance of something something grave happening unexpectedly is not a good enough reason to not announce things. Chill. Okay, Stamina. I agree. I still am in favor of announcing things ahead of time, even with this outside chance that is rare, and I recognize how rare it is. But it is a drawback worth revealing that, yes, I don't expect this actor to stab somebody. I think that's obvious. He says, if they do their diligence ahead of time as well, it's not a concern. I am not seeing the same outrage for the files as we did for the slap in with Jonathan Majors. Because the news organizations who you trust to report on these things are the Epstein class. Is Gunn out if Supergirl flops? Depends how badly it flops. All good. Super Mario's budget is $100 million. Deadline is saying it will make $350 globally opening week. Good for them, man. Yoshi!
Glenn Powell's playing Star Fox.
Glenn Powell, yeah.
Nice. Now she could just be saying this. My Time to Shine Hello could just be saying this because the hype around the Star Fox reveal. But she says that they are, who's Illumination or whoever does the Mario films, they're trying to get the rights to Metroid to get him added into the Super Smash Bros. Yeah, well, if you don't get the rights to everyone, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't have it be some shoulda, coulda, woulda Super Smash Bros.
So who does have the rights, or just Nintendo hasn't given rights yet?
I have no idea.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried about this thing. This isn't a situation like Sony and Spider-Man. They're good. Nintendo has everyone, and it's just a matter of giving Illumination the rights to do the next movie. I mean, Detective Pikachu was that was a Warner Brothers movie, and Super Mario was Universal. So maybe there might be a Pikachu problem. Maybe, but I'm not worried.
Good.
Mario's going to do numbers. More importantly, Mario's going to be really good again. A video game movie that honors people who have spent $50 for the newest, kart, Mario Tennis, Mario Party. I was rewarded with that first movie, and I think this will be a good one too. Illumination definitely don't have the rights to Pokemon, but they work in collaboration with Nintendo that if they were going to do a movie, there would be no problems. Like Super Smash Brothers? Yes. What would you do if you had the Pokemon franchise? You're the Pokeboss, Darius. Make a TV show, make a movie, budget is unlimited. What would you do with Pokemon?
I don't know. Whatever they're doing now, because they're still making money. So whatever they're doing now.
Yeah, they're the highest grossing media franchise ever.
Yeah, they're still out here making money. This figure
I don't
sucks.
play video games, but there's a report Disney's considering to buy Epic Games. Epic Games, that's Fortnite, isn't it? Probably more.
Probably more. Baby.
Thank you for coming to another
All right, what
afternoon.
else we
Woke.
got?
That was it.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah. If your comic shops are still open, try to pre-order the Dakota Incident second printing. Last day.
Tomorrow's Supergirl, Masters of the Universe, Backrooms, Avatar Season 2, Daredevil new episode. That's what just got posted on the Twitters. They say Anne Hathaway turned down being Black Cat and now is being asked to be in the Mutant Saga. That is according to My Time to Shine. Hello. And that's it. Looks like that is all the news. Nothing else.
I'd like to see Anne Hathaway in anything. One of the greatest actresses we have. Well loved by me.
Who?
Anne Hathaway.
Oh, Anne Hathaway. I like Anne Hathaway. Yeah, I like Anne Hathaway. But yeah, no, that is. I don't see anything else. Nothing that we haven't already discussed. No, I'm already back at the thing. What's gas like where you are? Does this affect you?
Yes, this is the same. Strait of Hormuz affects everyone globally. Yes.
So how's your what's your gas?
Gas Ontario will be converted from dollars to I don't know. Hold on. They're expected to tank 12 to 15 cents on Wednesday, according to an outlook from price specialists.
You said it's what?
It's $1.74 per liter. What does that mean to you?
I don't know. I'll tell you, my gas for me is I have to put premium gas in my car, unfortunately, so it's killer. It is $4.20. $4.20 a gallon.
$4.20 a gallon. I use liter, you use gallon. No idea what we're talking about. We are in different worlds right now.
Yeah, no clue.
Yeah.
All right. If that is it, same time, same place, tomorrow, and we will try to watch, I guess, these trailers if we don't get sniped.
Want to just bite the bullet and play them anyways? Today we didn't. Thankfully, we get all our money. Tomorrow, let's just play the fucking trailers, including Euphoria.
Including Euphoria.
Yeah, tomorrow's trailer day.
Okay, sure.
Yes.
Why not?
Why not? It's fun being
all right,
here, though.
Well, we'll do that then. So tell a friend, and we will be back tomorrow for another riveting episode of The Afternoon Woke Up.
Thank you for being a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Travel down the road and back again.
Hey, so we started from the bottom, now we're here, girl. Oh, yeah. This is my part right here. Ooh, oh, Hallelujah.